Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to video message number 29.
Pair of panties.
I would never do something like that. First of all, I have a girlfriend who I love very much.
Her name is?
Michelle.
Michelle. What she look like?
She's super tall.
It's Bob here. I got a question.
I woke up yesterday morning with a spring in my step.
Start later, please.
I could never know what the day was.
Fast forward ahead.
Listen up, the ratings just came in for last month. We are number one. We just grabbed every key demographic. Super duper, gang. Super duper. That's nice. Way to go. Neato, gang. Yes. Boy, that is good news.
All right, live, Martin Luther King Jr. Day 2025. This is the Power Trip Morning Show. I'm Corey, that's Chris, that's Paul. Packed room. Look at, there's Max, there's Zachary, and there's Michael J. Mussman III.
What's going on?
Mussman, I didn't even know it was you.
Why?
I was sitting over there, and you're all furry.
Oh, yeah.
You look like a mountain man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
the
who's the
beard's
mountain
good.
man that Corey brought in with him?
13 below for crying out loud.
I'm not criticizing. I'm just letting you know, man. You look like Paul Newman.
Well, how quickly can you grow a beard based on the weather? On Friday, did you say, God, I'm going to have to grow this thing over the weekend?
He's a man. Corey.
I have a hair equator, and it's right about right here.
Yeah.
Everything above won't grow for anything, and down below, it can't make it stop.
Man, my equator's much lower than
Yeah.
that.
He brings it up a lot.
Yeah. My equator runs diagonally. Horizontally? Which one's up and down?
Vertically.
Vertically!
I was thankful for my beard this morning. That was nice.
Oh, yeah, is he still there?
Yeah.
Where'd Tommy go?
Everybody got a joke.
It's too easy.
You know what's fun?
Football?
Playoff football is fun.
Yeah, the best.
All of the games were
man.
fun except for the Chiefs and Texans. That game was boring as hell. The other three were outstanding.
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 I like the Chiefs game because I like to have people get pissed off.
I saw Sauce meltdown on Twitter about the refs for 3 hours.
Ridiculous.
At 12:20 on January the 16th, you said, "Get these T's out."
I did. That was meant to you, and that was a text message, not
sorry.
Twitter.
You're right. I apologize. I'm not good at this bit.
It's
Corey.
okay.
Hang on. Just give me a second here. Let me just scroll back through the thousands of tweets in the last 2 days to find the Chiefs stuff here.
Oh, Mussman. Why couldn't it have been us in the snowy Philadelphia Eagle weather?
Oh, you wish that upon yourself.
Yes,
huh?
I'd have been in the booth.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it was just spectacular football all weekend long.
Yeah, but did you think to yourself, I don't mean to be mean to anybody. You know how I am. I try to be a nice guy. But did you think to yourself during that Commanders-Lions game, we're not as good as either of these teams?
I was really shocked because I haven't watched a whole lot of Commanders football this year. You just see highlights, Daniels, but that defense,
Jeez.
man, they are physical. That's a really good defense there.
Sauce, on Saturday, you tweeted one word. Rigged.
I stand by that.
I stand by it.
I stand by that.
Right after that, you said, just put them in the Super Bowl. What a joke of a league.
I stand by that, too, and that is true.
Even the TV commentators.
Even Aikman was like, what the hell is happening?
Right. Yep.
Even
That was
Joe
great.
Buck, Captain Positivity, was like, this isn't right.
Oh, my, he's captain now.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he got upgraded. There was a whole ceremony.
I sent him a letter.
Thanks for your service, Joe.
Yeah, well done.
And also with you.
During that game, our sales guy, Dylan, tweeted,
Dylan.
the NFL is rigged, and you retweeted it.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah. You mean the guy on ESPN?
Exactly.
If I tweet the NFL is rigged, can you retweet me too?
Sure.
Okay.
You then tweeted, can we get more Jason Kelsey?
Yeah, I'm tired of him again. Yeah, I'm tired of him again.
He had a pretty big game, though. 117.
That's Travis.
Oh, you said Jason Kelsey?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. They're interchangeable.
No,
Sauce is tired of both of
He had
them.
a big game, too, because I played him in Monopoly, and he whooped my ass.
Yeah,
It's weird, though, when you see a Jason one, you're going to see another one, like almost back-to-back.
Yeah.
I don't want to see your chunky hair.
Well, speaking of hair, Sauce also tweeted the gif of Dwight wearing Meredith's wig from The Office, simply with a tweet that says, Kelsey wears a wig.
See, Saucy, you've been validated on that one. You've been vindicated on that one. Because I think it's pretty. I thought the same thing looking at him. I'm like, dude, that's definitely a wig.
How do you move your head like that if you got a flow going on?
It's something, man. He flew to Turkey in the middle of the season.
I
or
have like
something.
multiple buddies that have done that. Yeah,
Turkeys don't fly.
the best place to get hair
Is
plugs.
Turkey.
100%.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
I didn't know
they'll
this
save
was
your
just
life.
such common knowledge.
Yeah,
Like,
oh, yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
Where have you been?
On Saturday, John Kriesel tweeted a picture of 4 officials, and the caption reads, "The All-Stars of the Chiefs-Texans game," and Sauce retweeted
I
it.
thought that was a very good tweet by our friend John.
Do you stand by it?
Yeah, of course I do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I wish you'd stand by the railroad tracks.
Why? To derail a train running me over?
If you're Mark Andrews, do you just go home and never come out again?
I mean-
do you just be essentially me the rest of your life and just never go outside?
And did you see the stat? He hasn't had a drop since week 6.
And it's only his second career lost fumble. So he
Yeah.
lost a fumble, which he never does. And then the 2-point conversion hits him right in the gut, and he freaking drops it.
Perfectly
I
executed
blame
play.
the referees in the Kansas City Chiefs game.
100%.
Yeah. Well, they'd rather play a banged up Buffalo Bills team. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that sucked, man. That was a perfectly designed play. That was a great drive right down the middle of the field by the Ravens, and he dropped it.
Whoops.
Not good. Yeah.
It is still so much fun to watch Josh Allen play.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's the
my
best.
God.
Yeah.
He's so good.
He's so good.
Sauce, if it came out today, if some like Ronan Farrow comes out, he's been working on this story for years, and Ronan Farrow says,
Kalima!
it is definitive. The NFL is rigging all of these games, and I have proof. Do you stop watching tomorrow?
That's a very good question, Cor.
If it was actually rigged, would you stop watching? Because you think it's rigged, you hate it, but you love it.
Yeah,
And
I
you
don't know.
keep watching.
I mean, it's entertainment. I don't know if I would stop watching, but I would just sit back in my chair, light up a cigarette, and go, I was right.
You probably shouldn't light up a cigarette. You're
Don't
holding
smoke
your
in the
son.
house, man. You got a baby in there.
child now, man.
What the hell are you doing, man? You stinky
I'd light up a
bastard.
candy cigarette.
Oh, great. So Louis can look up and see what my dad's doing. Oh, my dad's smoking a cigarette. I should do that when I'm older.
I'm going to give you a pass on that. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you.
Light him up.
Yeah.
So would you light the candy cigarette?
Probably not. It would make like a stinky, chalky smell.
Yeah, you like stinky jockey.
Yeah. I do.
Hey, the Circus Circus casino is going to be sold.
No.
Anybody got $100 I can borrow?
No. What are you going to do?
Buy it.
I'm gonna buy it.
That's how much it costs.
I need a place where I can. I want to build like a walkway so I can be air conditioned when I walk by and wave at people.
Yes. Yes. One of those misting systems,
Yeah.
like right outside of that restaurant at Paris
Yeah.
in Vegas, where you just walk by and just get gently misted.
That actually
When it's
works
100
really well.
Yeah, when it's 110 degrees, that feels amazing.
Yeah.
Just a
Nice.
gentle misting.
Nice and warm out there today.
Yeah.
You were looking at negative single digits today.
Did you just say we're looking at that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking.
Brilliant.
Wookie here.
Sauce, you do a Wookiee impression.
I don't know if I can do one.
You do one?
That was just a drum roll.
Man.
It's not
You can
bad.
probably imagine we used to do beer Wookiees.
So does that mean?
Excuse me?
Yeah,
That's hot.
I don't know what that means, buddy.
beer Wookie. Yeah, you do just basically chug a beer, but then do the whole.
Gargle.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Zach, relax.
Isn't
Take a
that,
deep breath.
In fairness, Mus, couldn't you say, like, I used to garden, but we used to do this thing called beer gardens, where I would garden with a beer.
yeah.
Brilliant.
I'm just trying to share stories.
No, we
story.
we love your stories.
Yeah, thank you.
I like how you'd done everything else with beer that you got to the Wookiee.
Yeah, you're just bored with it.
Just doing side quests at this
Oh
point.
no, we're not overly drinking here. We're beer Wookieing.
Oh, come on, it was college.
Haven't done it since.
Yeah, sure.
A year and a half. that
You
I
weren't
was there.
enrolled. You were just there.
Yeah, you were just there. That was last night.
That was the best, man.
Sir, we'd rather you not go to Mankato State anymore.
Yeah, please leave.
But I have a 2.0. We'd like you
lucky.
still to leave.
Yeah.
That's your blood alcohol. Blood alcohol levels, sir.
Yeah, lucky.
Okay. I don't know.
Should we have just skipped today?
Probably.
I mean,
Probably,
shout
yeah.
out to Martin Luther King Jr., right? Like,
Yeah.
we're all cool with that and stuff, but it's like, there's fewer people on the roads today than most holidays. There's no one on the roads because it's freezing as well.
so cold.
No one's listening to this show.
Was it Thursday when Abbott said make a decision?
I don't know,
and
man.
I said,
It's you.
and we should take this off. And he said, I'm going to get somebody to do it live. And it's like, you're going to get somebody to get up at 5:30 in this cold weather?
He would have, and he's sitting right here. Hi, Max.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for helping me out.
Yeah, you're welcome. We're here for you, buddy.
That's the dream.
Yeah.
Finally made it.
I mean, we're the only ones here, right?
Of course.
Nah.
Yeah.
No, down the hallway. It's a big day for the guy down the hallway. He's here.
That's true.
When K102 is having funny Martin Luther King mornings.
Oh, is
this
that right?
morning. Yeah,
Wow,
that's their tagline.
Funny
They changed it just for the day.
MLK mornings.
Yeah.
Wow.
The 56-year-old Circus Circus Hotel on the north side of the Las Vegas Strip could be sold soon. Do you guys ever know which way is north and south? I never do.
I'm sure Corliss
I
knows.
tried to.
How do you know if you don't have a compass?
A what?
A compass.
I always look for like the star
Of?
the North Star at night. During the day, I look where that sun is, and I go, if it's over there, and I know it's like the morning, then I'm like, okay, well then.
How do
north
you
must be
know that
way.
it's the morning?
Yeah.
I usually wake up around that time.
You can call me a dumb son of a bitch. I don't care. But I never know which one the North Star is.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
either.
me neither.
I'm confused
they all look pretty
altogether.
bright to me.
The Vegas Strip, is it east to west or
It's
is
north
it
to south.
north to south?
How about this?
Because I've never had to
Circus
drive
Circus
there,
is on the
obviously.
west side of it.
Gotcha.
What's up?
I'm just going to be honest with you guys and tell you this, too. I'm kind of sure I know what the Big Dipper is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not
same.
100%.
But one
Same.
time I thought I was looking at the Big Dick.
Now that is the definition of a Freudian slip. Hang on. That is. Hang on.
That was your nickname in high school, Max.
Somewhere,
Galileo.
somewhere, R.I.P.
Brilliant.
Somewhere, Sigmund Freud is like, I knew it. Like, that's my impression of him. Like, he's like, this is exactly what I was referencing.
He wants to make love to the big.
Freudian slip. Hang on.
Man.
A Freudian slip is an unintentional error in speech, memory, or physical action that is thought to be caused by unconscious desires.
Oh,
Yeah, it's really weird. And it's weird because when you made that misstep with your mouth there, your hands were both moving.
Yeah. Like you were downhill skiing.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing.
A telescope for each
I don't even remember
hand.
what you were talking about.
You were
now.
talking about the big
Yeah, I
dipper.
thought I was looking at the Big Dipper, but
Yeah.
then I saw an even bigger dipper.
right.
So then I realized I was looking at the Little Dipper, but I didn't think
one's
dippers
upside
could
down.
get that big.
Right.
I mean, I was.
Well, it was cold out.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, it runs. It's on the north side of Las Vegas Strip. According to comments made to Forbes magazine owner Phil Ruffin, who also owns Treasure Island. Actually, he's the one who owns it. Phil Ruffin, who owns Forbes magazine, owns Circus Circus and Treasure Island.
I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that either. Ruffin says Circus Circus and the surrounding 102 acres of land are worth about $5 billion.
I believe it, but again, we're all Vegas fans.
Yeah.
Once you hit Wynn, Encore, even Resorts World,
Oh, yeah.
it does feel like that's the end of the line.
Yes,
but now
correct.
But now that you have like Fontainebleau, which is, again, if you guys haven't been there, it's really cool.
Yeah.
But you get to the Peppermill,
Yeah.
and all that stuff between Peppermill and Stratosphere, you're like, hard pass.
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
not walking there.
No.
So it's weird. Even the 1 block walk from
Yeah.
Peppermill to Fontainebleau is like, I'm crossing the Mason-Dixon line.
Don't you feel like when you cross, like you get past Peppermill and you just keep walking, don't you feel like the Old West had better casinos?
Yes.
100%.
100%.
And Circus Circus is one of them.
Yeah, I know.
You go, who in the sweet F is going to intentionally walk in there? Now, some people might walk by and wave
I feel like
because they're
this
on a
way.
Vikings trip.
Well, I feel bad. I feel like they're having a bad
Some
day.
You got a
people might go
family.
there because they would say, no one will find me here.
Who would do that, though?
I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud.
You know, the other really weird thing about Las Vegas is, like you said, it keeps extending north and south, right? Even though it's basically capped out on the Mandalay side, right?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
But it keeps extending north, like towards the stratosphere.
Yeah.
Think of if you built a casino 2 or 3 blocks east or west, how foreign that would feel.
Yeah.
Because it's a little bit like going to Bourbon Street in New Orleans. When you look down those alleyways, you're like, I ain't going there.
Right.
Even if it's a block away.
No.
The Virgin is a great example of that.
Yeah, who would go there? Who walks there on purpose?
Man,
No, and I had to Uber there.
And I loved the Hard Rock Casino, man. It was a great place, but I would never go there.
It's so far.
It was so
Well,
far.
I think the Virgin is now what Hard Rock
that's
used to be
what
Hard.
I'm sorry. That's what I was saying. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing in between, too. So,
Nothing.
but even if they started stacking them east and west,
I thought about
it
walking
would
there.
feel weird.
And I, as I'm taking the Uber, I'm like, I'm glad I didn't walk. There is nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Do you know how far it is to get from Paris to Planet Hollywood when you're so high you can't see straight?
I don't, because I never quite made it.
I tell that story. I tell that
was
story
college,
so
right?
much.
No,
I tell that story so much, Mussman, that I think I've changed it just a little bit. It's become my story more than it's your story. But I love telling that story.
I crossed over the People Bridges like 4 or 5 times. I could see Planet Hollywood.
It's literally
but I
next
couldn't
door.
Get to it, and so I just kept walking around trying to find. So finally, I was just like, okay, I'm not getting anywhere. I was almost starting to, scream, I need an adult, which is exactly what I said when I walked into one of the hotels off the strip. Walked in, and this lady's sitting there working, and I go, I need an adult. I need to get to my hotel. She said, what hotel are you in? Planet Hollywood. She goes, it's like right there. I'm like, I can't make it.
Can't make it.
Can't make it.
Get there.
Good.
They pulled the shuttle up for me. The guy driving the shuttle goes, all right, where are we going, bud? I go, Planet Hollywood. And he goes, and they just threw out a couple words. And I was like, really? Are you kidding me? I'm like, I can't make it, dude.
Yeah, can't do it.
Can you I'll give you all this money's in my pocket. Please get me there.
But in your defense,
it was 1 block.
No one involved in that story tells that story to anyone because it's Vegas. That's like a standard day for them.
Yeah.
So I think that story's hilarious.
Yeah.
But they've all moved on. They've seen 1,000 things worse than your, hey, can you just get me across the street?
Yeah, and the moral of the story, Corey, is and don't mention names, please, but don't ever take a gummy from Mark Parrish. They're too strong.
Oh,
you
please.
can't do it.
That's hard mode.
Can't do it.
I'll never forget when all of you guys, what's Planet 13? This whole
It's a drugstore.
gaggle of people went to Planet 13.
Yep.
They all get out. They got their cute little bags. It looked like Parrish was on supermarket sweep. He gets out with like 2 grocery bags of stuff.
He likes what he likes.
Yeah.
They supposedly have a lounge now where you can smoke it there.
Oh, really?
I wonder what Planet 14 is like.
You don't want to know, bud.
I don't. You're right. I don't think I can handle it.
Yeah.
Sauce, how many planets do we have in our solar system?
Planets?
It's smart.
17?
17,000?
I thought he said 70.
17,000.
7. 8. We have 8.
Which
We
ones?
have the Earth,
Interesting.
Mars,
Yep, those are 2.
Venus,
Yep,
Saturn,
yep,
Uranus,
yep,
Mercury,
yep.
Is Uranus planet?
Yeah.
and Pluto,
Not Pluto.
which is
Pluto's
kind of
not-
not
no,
anymore.
That's the one.
So we
We're
have
not
6.
counting. 6.
Yeah.
Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. That's 8.
The moon.
The moon is not one. It's 8.
What's the other ones? Captain Science?
I just said all of them.
Oh, sorry.
Sauce does sports after this on The Fan.
Thank you, Carbonis. We love you and your pizza and stuff. Delicious.
The Fan.
Live in about a half hour or so. So stick around for that. KFAN.com/watch is where you can find it. It's all thanks to Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed.
I feel unleashed. Good morning, everybody.
Well, good. I'm glad that Sauce's dad let you out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me
that's
too.
nice of him.
You know who was unleashed? Marcus Foligno. When he was fighting people.
I mean, I think it was just expected. I mean, it was a dirty play last game, and Train did a good job answering that. And then, it's 2 teams that don't like each other. I mean, it's always physical against these guys, and it's fun for the crowd. So, gets everyone into it. I mean, I didn't mind the start. I think our legs weren't really, our decision making coming out of our zone was pretty poor today. So, it was too late, to be honest with you. So, give credit to them. They played decently well early, and then capitalized on a lot of little silly plays by us, and just didn't have it for a full 68.
It's time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip, presented by All Around, your TimberTech deck building contractor.
That's right, man. They were fighting in Nashville, Sauce.
Speaking of the Wild, Zacho, they've lost 3 straight. They battle the Avs today at 2 p.m. Your Wild are 27-15-4. They're plus 190 on the money line, but that game will be at 2 o'clock here against a very good Avalanche team.
Yeah, and another team that they're trying to compete with here. We got next 4 will be in the division. So these are important points, and those are important points on Saturday that they unfortunately, I think, were a little too amped for the fight. They took them a little long to get back to the actual hockey side of things. So disappointing loss, opportunity today. But again, as you mentioned, Sauce, it is a surging Colorado Avalanche team, and if they don't win today, we could be talking wild card positions now after being on top of the division at one point this season. But good to see Faber back.
Maxo, your Wolves play the Grizzlies today at 1:30 in Memphis. The Wolves are 22-20. They lost on Saturday 124-117 to the Cavs, who are red hot.
Yeah, the Cavs are awesome. They're one of the best teams in the NBA this year. And the Wolves, I mean, again, no moral victories at this point in the season, but they're showing they can hang with some of the best in the NBA. They just can't put together a full 4 quarters to actually win a lot of those games. And it's like Johnny Krasinski said in one of his most recent articles in The Athletic, there's a good team in there somewhere. They just have to put a lot of work in to unlock that team. I mean, obviously they've had their offensive struggles, but they're still the 3rd best 3-point shooting team in the NBA, which is a far cry from where they've been in seasons past. They're still a top 5 defense in the NBA. So if they can just find a way to put it all together in the same game, then they could start going on a little bit of a run here. But until then, they're just going to keep having the same kind of inconsistent struggles that we've been seeing from them throughout the season. And they'll probably hang around right around that 8th seed, 7th seed and be a play-in team. But we'll see. And trade deadline's coming up. So hopefully they can figure something out and make a second big move like we all cross our fingers and anticipate.
I think the issue they're going to run into is nobody wants the one guy they have.
Yeah, pretty much. I can't see a whole lot of teams wanting to take on, or nobody's sitting there thinking, hey, we're a Julius Randle away from winning an NBA championship. Maybe some teams see something in him where they see a possible future where he can opt in, but that is going to be a problem, and I do think that's the move. At the very least, I think it could be addition by subtraction, and you get rid of Julius Randle, even if there is no second superstar coming in the wings, at least at this trade deadline.
You know who we should trade for is Cat.
We should.
Man, I don't think they'd take him and DiVincenzo to get him back.
no takesies back.
Yeah, go psych.
6-month money back guarantee.
Right. We still got the receipt, right?
Just kidding.
That'd be great.
God, it would be great, man. 'Cause he's balling.
Yeah.
He's balling?
Hogs Daddy?
What?
Tonight is it. The final game of the 2024 college football season. Notre Dame will battle Ohio State for the college football championship tonight at 6:30. Ohio State is an 8.5-point favorite.
I'm not going to bet, so don't even ask. Don't even move your mouth at me. But I would give the points. I think Ohio State wins by more than that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You told them not to talk, but it looks like a couple guys over there really want to. It looks like they
want to talk. I can see it.
Make some money.
Somebody talk for Sauce.
You know what? You actually do have an extra $100 because that's what I wasn't paying attention.
I lost 50 to bonus, so I netted up $50. So.
Yeah, that's one of Louis' gifts.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. I have Notre Dame tonight against Tommy because I gave Tommy the field.
Here, everybody.
But yeah, I think Ohio State crushes. I'm with you, Alex. I don't think there's any way Notre Dame can win.
Wow. What if they score more points?
Well, then they win. But I meant in as terms of right now.
I see what you're saying.
Okay, I came up with an idea, Hogs.
That's surprising.
Correct. One of these next stories is written by AI.
Wait a minute. You have 2 stories about necks?
Brilliant. No, they're both about sports.
Okay.
Football.
Okay.
You got to guess which one.
I'm going to say the second.
Just the worst.
The Commanders beat the Lions 45-31 to send the number 1 seed home, and the Commanders to Philly, who beat the Rams 28-22. The NFC Championship game will be this Sunday at 2 o'clock between the Commanders and the Eagles in Philly. The Eagles are 5.5-point favorites.
That's you.
Yeah, that's saucy.
Okay. The Chiefs and the referees defeated the Texans with a score of 23-14, securing their spot in their 7th consecutive AFC Championship game.
That seems like that one was the one you wrote.
Yeah, but Sauce doesn't use the word
No, that's
securing.
Yeah, that's what I was
AI.
thinking too.
In their upcoming
no, but he's the only one
matchup,
that would say that the referees were part of the.
no, I wrote that part. In their upcoming matchup,
So wait a minute. Hey,
no, I'm
so some of this is partially you?
I mean, I wanted to get they wrote a
You
whole
put
thing
the
for me.
info
I
in.
put the Chiefs and referees part even after they changed it like 3 times. But here, hold on.
I'm going to punch myself in the face.
In their upcoming matchup,
confusing.
they will face the Bills, who emerged victorious.
you don't use words like securing
Your
or
mouth is
emerge.
not right.
Victorious against the Ravens
Hold
with
on,
a score of
You also never say what the score of.
27-25.
Yeah, you, sir, need
So I use.
quit.
I should. The AFC Championship game will be this Sunday at 5:30. The Chiefs are 1.5-point favorites.
You're never going to make it through TSA with a mouth like that.
Jeez.
It's a weapon.
Today is a very
Hurts
special
people's
birthday for
fears.
somebody.
Who? Dave Pekoski.
Martin Luther King?
Well, him and
Oh, him. Okay. Let's give a little
Happy
attention
birthday,
to MLK.
J.J. McCarthy, everybody.
We
Yes.
spend some time on it.
Do you like the fact that I didn't even look it up?
Yeah.
So
it's
JJ and MLK.
It's J.J. McCarthy's birthday.
Oh,
He is 22
I guess.
or 3. I think it's 2.
yeah, I think it's 22. Well,
Oh my gosh, you should listen to that Taylor Swift song, 22.
Bad Love?
oh my gosh.
You know, Bad Flower's got a song called 30, and it's about as depressing of a song to listen to on your birthday. You know that song, huh?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, he's 22. He was born on January 20th of 2003.
In fairness, Zach lost count after 18.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Zach, quit carrying. Correct.
Green light.
Is a Squid Game?
Jeez.
Whatever you call
Smells
it. I
like
guess.
it.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's all I got. That covered everything of the weekend. The football, the Wolves, the Wild. Notre Dame plays tonight.
He's right.
Yeah.
Was that AI?
No.
Did we get an answer on that, by the way? Which one you wrote?
I think the second one was partially written
partially.
by AI.
Partially.
I think.
Yeah, it was. I don't say the words securing,
Nope.
upcoming matchup,
Emerge
victorious with a score of.
Unless they're doing battle, it's not yours.
Yes, correct.
It's awesome that you found a way to make your job a little easier.
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah, you should do less work.
is it snowing in Atlanta?
It was cold yesterday.
Does that help you?
Well, they were like they had to go outside during their ESPN bid because they were practicing inside and they were complaining about how cold it was. Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
We noticed. Sauce, let's go back to Friday. Whose fault was it, yours or Barb's? Or both?
Mine.
That was almost a record-breaking-esque blowout. Like,
Yeah.
I know technically what Amelia and Common got shut out once, but man, you guys were on the brink of scoring 10.
Yeah, it was mine.
Password.
It was that bad?
Yeah, it was bad.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
You blew it.
I did. For the whale clue, I should have said orca. Hartford was a stupid clue. Yeah, it was my fault. I'm not going to blame Barb.
Well, Barb
Who's
had a couple
Common
of
with?
missteps, too.
Who's coming with? Who's
Larry Mondello guy, who's good. Larry Mondello
he is
guy's
very good at that
I've
game.
heard him on there before. Yeah.
Yeah. It was my fault.
He's a good clue giver.
He is. Yeah.
Well, you got baby brain, so maybe you're just.
No, I'm just not good at that.
But I'm saying, but Louis
You caught strays.
has not seen the Vikings win.
No.
He has not seen the Packers win.
No.
And he hasn't seen his dad win in Password.
No.
That initials win is your only.
Yeah.
good things.
And he slept through it.
He did.
That son of a bitch.
I'd rather have the Vikings win. I miss the Vikings already. They don't play for like 8 months.
I was watching college football highlights on YouTube yesterday.
Of
and
J.J.
I
McCarthy.
was already like waxing nostalgic about
Whoa,
Saturday.
don't do that.
So you were watching college football players and waxing?
No. That would.
How many times are we
Have
going to
you
have to
ever
get you to
waxed?
say that sentence before you have another 40
I've never
slip?
waxed.
Not waxed. I mean, I did the Brazilian once. No, I have never done
The
that.
Brazilian? I'm a subscriber to that website. It's very good.
No, it looks painful as hell.
Yeah, I don't ever want to get waxed.
Have you, Hawk? Have you waxed your chest?
No.
Didn't we do that bit on the air? Didn't somebody? No, it was the nostrils.
That was the nostrils.
That's a great bit. Yeah, great bit.
That looked painful as well.
Man, they fined Harrison Smith for a helmet-to-helmet collision.
Really?
Against the Rams. And I'm watching it right now. I don't know how you're supposed to avoid that.
Yeah.
Because, if you look at it, Harrison's the second guy on the tackle. The guy catches it, and I think it's 54 makes the tackle. And the guy's still going. And as he sees Harrison coming at him, he ducks his head in a way that would have made it impossible for Harrison. I mean, are you supposed to predict what the other guy's going to do with his head?
Correct. It's one of my biggest criticisms of the whole deal is that the amount of times that these receivers or running backs or whatever lead with their head.
Oh, yeah. And I would say this, whether it was Harrison Smith or Johnny Thompson, it doesn't matter.
Or Johnny
when the guy puts his head down,
you got no target area.
I don't know what you're supposed to tackle. I don't know. And again, how do you predict what the guy's going to do with his head? If the guy does a backflip, I don't know what he's going to do.
They either need to, I don't know what they can do about that. If it's, I don't want to legislate it, but it has to be, there has to be some responsibility on the offensive side of the ball too on that. And if they do lead with their head, and you can clearly see, and I'm sure you can on there, because it happens every week where Pelissero will tweet out videos of where, an
angry run that came up, and then all of a sudden someone's getting blasted in
and somebody got fined for it because they go through, they parse through every single play to try to find these guys. And it's like, what are they supposed to do?
If that's Harrison Smith's final game, then isn't that like getting a speeding ticket on the way to the airport to your honeymoon?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Do you have to pay it at that point?
That's a good point.
Legally obligated?
That's a good point. Maybe he just says, I'm retiring. I ain't paying that.
Or is it
what are you going to do? Find me more?
Yeah,
I'm
right.
quitting.
Yeah.
Is there
Not
been a
let me
player
play?
that hasn't been able to get into the Hall of Fame because they didn't pay a fine at the end of it?
Yeah, you can't.
You can't graduate.
Graduation. If you don't get that last credit.
No, pay next fall. Pay during camp.
I'll be there.
Take it out of my bonus.
Oh, dang.
The other thing you could do is just claim you didn't know where to pay, or what night you were supposed to pay, or you didn't know what the curling team was going to order.
Oh, you couldn't call over and give them your credit card.
Vikings news is next. I don't know if there is much, but we can try to scrounge up something. We're actually live.
I'm going to tell you one
now
of
and
them
9.
that's a real story, and one that was made up by Allen Iverson.
Partially. AI gave you like 3 words. The rest of it was you.
Get ready to rock out this summer. Coheed and Cambria and Taking Back Sunday are coming to the Armory August 20th with special guest Foxing. Tickets are on sale now. Don't miss out. Get all the details and your tickets today at KFAN.com. Keyword calendar.
We're live, man. We're on the air. We're not, ain't messing around no more. We got the Mountain Man, Meat Sauce.
Hi.
Corey's over there. Zacho Castatazans. Max is over here. Here we are, guys. What are you going to do with your life now, Mr. Mussman, now that you're a Mountain Man?
Oh, dude. Watching football this weekend was awesome because I got to watch it, just for entertainment.
Yeah.
Taking naps in the middle of it, like you're supposed to.
Oh, man, mid-game naps on a game you don't care about.
Yep.
There's few things that are better than that.
Oh, yeah. And then,
mid-game nap.
And then when you come to, all of a sudden you're like, how'd the score get to this? You can just go back. and watch it.
No, you don't need to do that.
Don't do that.
Just keep going.
Just go on your phone and look
And
it
again,
up.
to Chris's question about you being a mountain man, why don't you start whittling?
Should
you
I?
should whittle
Should I?
during football.
You need to kill a bear, too.
All right.
Yeah,
With
kill
my
a
bare
bear.
hands, yeah.
Yeah, and if you need a place to hide after you get rid of them, let me know.
It's always good to know.
Back, buddy.
Actually, that bear will be my friend.
Oh.
You know, because
BJ McKay?
Yeah, I'm leaving town because I'm getting away from a crime I didn't commit.
Yeah, I get it. Like
Grizzly
Ian
Adams.
Baracus, yeah.
It's time for Vikings news on the Power Trip, presented by
Radco, your truck accessory pro store.
Grizzly Adams did have a beard.
God, what a great bit.
He did.
So wait, was that the plot of that show? I never really watched it. I just knew
I
of
didn't either.
Grizzly Adams because I didn't grow up in the era that
Son of a
where
bitch, that
kids
guy.
watched it. He went to the wilderness to get away from a crime that he did not commit.
Correct.
He was on the run.
Yep, he
I
was
didn't
on the
know
lamb.
that.
I didn't either.
So
Heard it from a
he's
friend.
And then he saves this little bear cub on a cliff, and then they become best of friends. Oh, yeah.
You
so
know,
it's a
Jack
doctor.
and old number 7.
Whoa.
Excuse me. So it's a
heard what he
Dr.
said.
Richard Kimball situation. He's a fugitive.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
But he
Absolutely.
didn't
number
commit the
5.
crime,
He only
just
had
like
one arm.
Dr. Richard Kimball didn't do
Yes.
it. The one-armed man did it.
One arm,
Frederick
2
Sykes.
testicles.
I loved Grizzly Adams was the best. What a great show.
He did have a beard.
I liked BJ McKay and his best friend Bear.
BJ and the Bear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Little trucking.
Jeez.
Yeah. Rolling home. The Vikings, the Packers, the Lions. None of them. won a
Unbelievable.
playoff game. Not a
How
single
about that?
one.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Yeah, not a single damned one yet.
Man, and the Commanders literally did to the Lions what the Lions do to everybody else. They went for it on every fourth down. They ran weird plays. What a team that Commanders team is.
By the way, not just the Lions and the Commanders. How about all weekend long? Can we finally admit, especially you old people out there, and I mean you old people,
Go ahead.
Talking here.
punting's done.
Done.
We're moving on.
Yeah.
If it's 4th and 2, you're going for it.
Going for it.
Finally, everybody understands it makes very little sense to punt it when it's like 4th and 1 or 4th and a 1.5. Everybody went for it all weekend long, and overwhelmingly, it worked in their favor. Over and over and over again. It just
does change how 3rd and 4th downs look.
Exactly.
And even like, you know, what you do on 1 and 2, but man, we're going, they're going to kill. It doesn't matter. 4th and 6, he's going to go for it.
Probably going to go for
Yeah.
it.
Makes it way more entertaining.
Way more entertaining.
It's fun,
You
man.
should have 3rd down plays. Like, you should have that play, the 4th down call, already made when you get out of the huddle from 3rd down.
Okay.
Because
All right.
the amount of times where it's successful, where they can get
Think I
right
can.
back to the line
Yeah, I don't think
on
we can.
4th and just punch it
I
forward.
didn't yesterday
Yeah,
at all.
I didn't at all.
I don't get why
I was
they
on my
even
couch.
think about it.
Well,
anymore.
because at 3rd down, you don't have to get past the sticks.
I was
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, as soon as you realize
was
it's 4th
texting
and 1,
Max
your play
pictures
call
of-
should already
You
be
talk so fast.
made.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make my
I was
play
texting
calls.
Max pictures of Damian Woody.
The male version? Oh, fantastic.
Boring.
I can't even
At like
listen to his
8
football
a.m.,
now.
I
And that
texted
wasn't
you.
You
anymore.
can't look into his beautiful eyes.
No, because no matter what he's saying, even if it's a great point, I'm like, Hawk wants to bang this guy.
Hey, sweet nothings. Am I the only one that thought for sure the Rams were going to win that game when they
I
got the
did
ball
too.
back?
When Puka
Yeah,
Nacua
yeah,
caught that
yes,
ball, I'm like, and Sauce nailed it. I truly believe if the Rams win that game, Philly fires Nick Sirianni.
All of them.
Wow.
Because they seem to hate him anyway.
They hate him.
Why?
So even though they were 14-3 and now they are hosting the NFC title game, if you blow that game the way that they did, I think the Eagles fans run him out of town with pitchforks.
And I have to tell you,
Yeah.
I thought the game was over after Saquon ran for 90 yards.
Yeah.
So did he, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
so
for
did
sure.
Saquon felt
Thought
it.
the game was over. And then the Rams get the ball back, they score, and then I think, and then they get the ball back again. I'm like, okay, well, the game's over. And then I looked up, and it was 4th down. I'm like, what did I miss, man?
Yeah.
I can't believe they didn't convert that.
Yeah, they had a really. They didn't block the best defensive player.
The rookie center.
The rookie center
Yeah.
missed Jalen Carter. But
That's right.
you go back to that drive of why Corey was saying how you fire everybody. You have a quarterback who is hurt so much that you don't run the brotherly shove it all. That's how banged up Hurts is.
Yeah.
Even when they were down at that goal line where they held him to a field goal and then they got the false start. You run a bootleg with him? What are you
That was
doing?
ridiculous.
He's wearing a boot.
Right, just
Run his
hand,
leg.
just hand the ball off. That
You know
would've-
what, though?
which would have been so juicy.
You know what I
Oh,
kept
that
thinking
would've been
during
so
that
glorious.
Commanders game as well? I kept thinking, Core, this guy's great. he's got about 2 years, and then he'll be out of the league because they're going to kill him. He's a slight dude, and he runs the ball, and he doesn't know that he shouldn't be running the ball that much yet.
He's so little.
He's not a big dude, and he's got. I mean, look what happened to Cam Newton, the best quarterback I've ever seen in person, and he's bigger than everybody on the field, and he got clobbered to the point where he had no career.
Yeah.
They're going to run this kid. If they don't get it into his head that you got to stop running the ball, I know that's why they win the game a lot, but he's going to shorten his career by years if he keeps doing that. All right, I got way more of an opinion than I thought I did.
That's all right. He's also an excellent passer.
Yeah.
He's so good.
His awareness is incredible.
He's so good, dude.
For being a rookie, his awareness is so good.
I'm pissed.
And if you're a Chicago fan, you got to be like, what?
Or a Giant.
Yeah.
How big are you?
Yeah. How big a giant are we talking here?
Yeah.
Are we talking Damian Woody as a female?
Oh, relax. Here we go.
Bush for days.
Oh, my God.
I'm talking beer. I'm talking about Bush beer. I like Bush beer. Do you like Bush beer still? I must admit, you're too good for us now.
Too good.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You're too good.
Yep.
God, you got a beard on you.
It's really not that.
Oh, it's bushy, brother.
Yeah.
It looks good.
It is
You
bushy.
look different, like a different person.
Yeah,
I
I'm
thought
thinking
Corey brought a neighbor in. I'm not kidding you. I was over there in my studio. I was like, oh, who'd Corey bring in today? It was you.
Scooter?
And then when you get tatted up, go through that midlife crisis.
No, I brought one of my neighbors who is accused of a crime that's on the run.
Yeah, BJ McKay.
Yeah, he found a woodland creature and he's befriended it, and now he's here with a beard and a hat and
It's a glorious
some garage beers.
Yeah.
Man, I literally, my mind's a little bit blown. I did not know that was the plot of Grizzly
I didn't either.
Adams.
Oh, yeah. I had no
just thought it
idea.
was a guy that lived in the wilderness and walked around with a bear, and I'm like, who watched this?
Like Rambo.
It makes way more sense that he's on the run. That's intriguing.
Yeah. Makes himself a log cabin, the whole works.
Oh, speaking of Fugitive.
Every woodland creature loved him.
Speaking of Fugitive, Tommy Lee Jones, right? We're all familiar with him.
Yeah.
Drummer of Motley Crue.
Not bad.
TLJ.
Big old
A
thing.
kiddo Bailey is 19, had never seen No Country for Old Men. And she knows that don't shut up about it. Watched it with her last night for the first time. I hadn't seen it start to finish in a handful of years. Obviously, I've seen that movie, 20 times. It's my all-time favorite movie. God dang it. There is literally not a bad second of that entire film. It's freaking flawless.
It's really good.
It is.
Every time I see it, there's something new that I'm like, man, I didn't notice that the first 15 times. That's so clever. So freaking good.
Same feeling when I watch White Girls.
Yeah, exactly. White Girls.
I love that movie.
And No Country.
That's how I felt watching Good Burger over the weekend. I was like,
Welcome to the Good Burger, home of the Good Burger.
And then the second time he said it, he's like, "Can I take your order?" And with the way he says order, and I was like,
you didn't notice it the first time?
No, I didn't even care.
Have you not? You still haven't seen No Country, Max, or what?
No, I saw it last year. Remember?
That's
I
right.
came in and talked to you all about it.
Okay.
Yeah. And it lived up to the hype. I fully, sometimes you hear about these movies or these things where everybody's like, it's the greatest of all time, and it doesn't quite live up to it. But about halfway through No Country, I was like, yeah, it doesn't even matter how this movie ends. It's already one of the better movies I've ever seen in life.
It's super good.
2 or 3 of the slowest scenes are at the end, but they're super important if you listen to the speeches. But if you're just half watching, it's Tommy Lee Jones talking to like an old man in a wheelchair, and you're like, this is boring. What's happening? But then if you actually listen to it, you're like, God dang it, this is...
Yeah, that whole movie is so
breaks your heart.
engaging. Yeah. Like you said, you can't take your eyes off.
No.
Even the small bit parts are so phenomenally acted.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
super good.
Yeah, I hate it when Woody Harrelson's begging for his life, though.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I don't want him to be that guy.
Right.
I want him to be like, yeah, go ahead then. But nobody would be in that position. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it makes it real. But man, that part hurts my soul even more than when the lady does it. It hurts me for some reason. I don't know why. I like it though.
Weird. Yeah, and of course Anton is immune to all of it because he's just the vessel of fate, right?
Yeah,
He doesn't. It's everything that you did put you here. It's not my fault that I'm about to kill you. It's your fault. You made all the choices.
Yeah.
Right. If the rule that you followed brought you to this, then what use was the rule?
We
Says that to Carson's face.
have sort of transitioned away from Vikes.
No, this is the same thing.
That's okay.
Every mistake the Vikings have ever made has led them to where they are now.
That's
Really
right.
good point.
Dave Chappelle, Saturday Night Live, I don't know how long it was. It was really long.
That was a long set.
I was just watching part of it after we talked during the break. It's 16 minutes. It's the clip I clicked on YouTube or on Twitter. I don't know if that was just more things than the monologue, but it said 16 minutes.
Here's a part of it.
Starting in October, Lauren Michaels called me, and he asked me to do Saturday Night Live the first episode after the election. And I was like, nah, man, I'm cool. Just to get off the phone, I go, you know what I'll do? I said, just save the date closest to January 6th. And then the date started rolling around, and in December, he started calling me again. And again, I was like, nah, man, I want to do it. And then finally, you know, and I go, you know what? I could just get rid of all these old Trump jokes and start fresh. I said, you know what? I'll do it. The moment I said yes, LA burst into flames. And then I go on the internet and I watch these fire videos and I read the comment sections and everyone's like, yeah, it serves these celebrities right. I hope the houses burn down. That right there, that's why I hate poor people.
So funny, man.
They can't see past their own pain. Yeah, I thought he was fantastic.
I did too.
And the sketch again where he was their house was about to burn down, or they thought it was about to burn down, so he had to quickly get everything out of the house. That was fantastic.
Dude, what about the one scene where he says, yeah, one of my kids is here too. This is my son. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you. And then he just walks off.
Little things.
That
man.
sketch was great
That's
too.
That's a good bit. Did anybody watch the Saturday Night Live documentary yet?
Must did.
I watched the half of the first episode. I still got to finish
Isn't
it.
it great, Must?
Yeah, I'm through with the first three. It's spectacular.
So good.
I didn't know which angle I was going to like more. I'm still kind of on that where I'm like, did I like the writer's angle more, or did I like the 5 minutes that they bring up all the time?
The auditions was, it's incredible. And it's incredible to see how some of them, right, like Kate McKinnon's, right, where it's like, this is hilarious. Like, this is actually genuinely funny. And then there's other people's, like Kenan Thompson's, where it's like, how the hell were they right about this?
Yeah, right.
What did they see? But it's like the producer was even saying, like, sometimes he said it, they showed the whole time lapse of Kenan's, and it was like 15 minutes or something, 11 minutes. And it was just the way he said one word that he said that's what sold him on it. It's incredible, man.
I love that portion of it, but what was I was just about to get to? I had completely lost my thoughts there. But so Saturday Night Live, the one thing I love that they included Will Ferrell and the get off the shed bit, which is
so good.
What about when they break down the cowbell bit? Like, and they do basically an entire documentary on that one bit.
Yeah,
it's really, really worth your time. But you mentioned a moment ago one episode specifically about the writing. And I've read books. I've never seen that much of a breakdown on what it's like to write for that show.
Yeah, it was really well done.
Really
well terrifying to be a writer.
And, wouldn't it be the dream job, though?
Oh, man.
I mean, gosh, that would be...
There's no way otherwise they would do it, I guess, because just the hours they got to put in.
You got to be young, don't you? You almost have to be young to do that job, because you got to stay up all night, all the time. And we say life is show prep. You don't have a life other than that. It's essentially... But.
The one thing was kind of like, oh, man, bummed me out a little bit while watching this SNL bit is that they'll show you a little bit of, like a segment of, whatever skit. And now you're like, now I want to watch that whole thing.
The whole sketch.
Damn.
It's really well done, man. Very, very well done.
Yeah, one of the all-time great shows, right?
We need more woodblock.
Yeah, how about that? How about that? I know. So they almost said woodblock instead of cowbell.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right. Oh, wow. Cowbell's so much better. You can hear it.
Dana Carvey actually breaks down the what's the word I want to say? The phonetics,
right? And how
of cowbell being said by walking.
Yeah.
He's like, it works better. The sound of it works better. It's crazy, man. Yep. Really cool. They even bring in Dave Grohl to talk about the history of the cowbell. It's really neat, man.
That's sweet, dude.
That is leaning in on the cowbell.
Yeah.
He actually says that. He's like, you guys really want to know this much about cowbell?
One final hour to go. We are live on MLK Day 2025. This is the Power Trip Morning Show. After this on The Fan.
The Fan.